Well, how about we just pick up where we left off last time, where we were actually talking about whether they're actually good for you or not.
And wine
Supplements? Too. Yeah, like protein.
Well, protein, is it a supplement?
That's what I was wondering, because and it is a supplement.
Can you take like a protein pill?
There's such a thing. You can.
A pill? I would say it's probably more in powder form.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like a whey protein. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, or like plant protein. I actually have a protein shake where it's like plant-based, all plant-based. And that's where I thought it was kind of weird, because if it's actually supposed to be muscle building or something, I think it's just for like a weight control thing though.
Uh-huh.
If it's plant-based, it's more for weight control, and if it's like animal-based or like milk whey, you know what I mean? Like that's more for muscle building, because that has like the creatine, or the creatine.
Yep.
Yeah, and then the whey.
I have supplements rich in protein and amino acids are creatine, branched chain amino acids. I don't know if that's a B or what, but B-hydroxy, B-methylbutyrate, and other amino acids, which are commonly used by men over women. In case you didn't know.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
And especially exercising men, I think.
Yep.
But yeah, what about like the Jamba Juice or any of those places that add like additives to their shakes?
Or like
They have
muscle
like
milk.
the B vitamin shots and the wheatgrass. I don't even know
Muscle milk
wheatgrass.
has a ton of protein added to it.
Oh yeah.
Is that a supplement?
Or like no, that is a fortified food.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's
Oh, there you go.
I don't know. I think that's a good reason why people shouldn't take supplements, because a lot of people are already eating so many fortified foods.
Mm-hmm. And everything already has so much stuff in it. You get everything you need out of the food you eat.
Right.
I guess.
And I think people don't realize how much protein they do take in already. Like
especially guys. Guys are like, protein.
I
lift
need
once a day for like half an hour.
Exactly. And they eat massive amounts of food. And it's like, okay, honestly, you don't need
like how
all
much
of
are
that.
you out?
Yeah.
That's so funny, even from like Dr. Parrish's nutrition class, I totally got that. He's just like, even though you're getting all of this other exercise and stuff, all you really need is like another handful of meat. That's it.
Yep.
That's it. You don't really need
Basically, a handful of almonds.
Protein companies are just making money off of.
Handful of seeds, something like that.
Yeah.
Actually, seeds are like awesome. And beans.
I love beans.
Seed, bean, rice, stuff like that. Yeah, and that's another thing with the whole multivitamin stuff. Like if you're a vegetarian, you probably should take them.
Yes.
And that's like for the people that are vegetarians. That's why, or old people or not kids.
Take supplements. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh.
If you're a vegetarian or a vegan, or like if you're cutting out one of the main nutrients.
Complementary like foods,
But yeah, that
get. I mean, I guess like vegetarians have to take B12.
Yeah.
Supplements.
But what if you're vegetarian and, well, I guess it would be vegan, you don't eat eggs, right? You don't eat any animal. Okay, so vegetarian. What if you're vegetarian and like lactose intolerant? So there you're not getting like any calcium. You're not getting your eggs, your protein. You're not getting.
That's true.
Right, you're not getting
yogurt
protein.
But
right.
You can get calcium from vegetables.
Yeah, a lot of actual vegetables and other things do have calcium.
Like kale.
It
does.
I know.
I've never had
really
kale.
funny. It's pretty good.
It's really good. It's a leafy veggie. It's really yummy.
Really green.
My fiance hates it, but hey, that's okay.
Where do you buy it?
Trader Joe's, different food stores, lettuce section.
You can get it fresh at Target. But
Weird.
broccoli is also a good source of
Calcium.
and protein actually.
Yeah, and iron.
And iron. Yeah.
I love.
iron.
I need
And
iron.
see, that's another thing that comes from meat that a lot of people, I think,
They have iron
and
deficiencies.
women,
women especially.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And here, let me drink a Coke instead to get my like
I don't even drink
buzz
coffee
because
anymore.
you're not eating any sugar, because you're not
Mhm.
getting carbs. You're not, it's just.
Yeah, it kind of eats your body away.
And so, how many what's the limit of supplements that you should be taking, or should you be taking any?
It seems like even the people who should be taking supplements, there's such a high risk of like poisoning too, even
Toxicity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the toxicity. Which
Funny,
is
we talked about the nutrition.
I know, we talk about all this nutrition.
Yeah.
That's why I love this class. And that's why I love this topic.
yeah, that's a lot of like what this article has from the ADA.
But I mean, do you think like a general multivitamin is fine? They're everywhere.
According to this article, you don't need it at all.
Okay.
But that's very common for people to take, especially women, to take a multivitamin.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, that's, both of these articles actually will say, like, what Dr. Parrish says, which is all you really need to do is have a balanced diet, you'll be just fine.
What if someone
Mhm.
has like trouble eating a balanced diet? Because like if you think about children, like some children are like, okay, I'm like this and this, and then they won't have veggies,
Right,
they
they
won't have
won't eat their
and I think it is part of like parents should be like, no, you have to eat this. But what if they like just don't?
And I
Then
think,
like
well, I think too, if they don't, it's not that not eating it is going to do harm. I think it's what are they filling with it instead? You know,
Or
are
where
they
did the
eating?
supplement actually come from?
Right. Are they
Is it
drinking
safe?
like a giant Coke with like their 6-year-old is drinking a bottle of pop every
Yeah.
single day? Like, okay, clearly that's not good for you.
Uh-huh.
That amount of caffeine. But if if they're just a picky eater in general, I think. I mean, you're proud
It's-
of that.
You'd hope.
Yeah.
yeah.
you
Well,
know,
I was
and-
talking to like me and John before we came here. We were actually talking about this.
Mhm.
He's like, well, I know this doctor who says he takes supplements because he, like the way that he eats, he can't eat certain things. So he takes supplements because he says it's better to take something than not take anything at all.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, what about those
And risk
people?
losing whatever you had.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's probably one of those, like, very few people who probably could take supplements.
Mm-hmm.
Because like they might not get it if they don't, but like you were saying, it's a lot of times they're more substituting
Mhm.
trash, but if
Mhm.
you're eating healthy and taking supplements,
Mhm.
because you can't physically consume that much.
Mhm.
I think it really depends on where the supplement comes from and whether it's a reputable company,
Mhm.
and because they can put anything in a little pill and get it.
And not some drug like I found this craze it's called, and it's even within like the last 6 months it's been like CNN has got a hold of them and
Like the
the
green coffee
company
bean.
it's kind of this is like a pre-workout supplement, and it like from the outside it looks like really good. I mean, it's got your creatine in it, it's got caffeine, betaine maybe, but you dig a little deeper and you find that it's got all these chemicals basically that have been added to it that
They don't have to put on the label.
right,
Yeah.
right, and that are technically safe for human consumption, but on some lists, but on others that they're not, or they're
Oh.
just not even listed. And
Nice.
yeah, like athletes were getting caught with it and kicked out. The NCAA was kicking them out and saying no, like not, you know.
Not okay.
This one guy had liver failure and he had to drop out of. He was a football player. I don't know where, Nebraska, somewhere like that.
No,
But,
no, it's
yeah.
not Nebraska. What? Like this
Actually-
year? That happened this year?
I think it was last year, but they just did the report in like September.
I should ask John about that.
It
'Cause
might
he's
not
from
have been Nebraska.
Nebraska.
I can't remember where it was.
I should look it up because that's really interesting to me.
Yeah, no, it is.
Well, that's
And-
horrible.
Yeah, right, and
Get emotional.
It makes me angry.
That is
Yeah,
just
no.
I mean, that's like messing literally with people's like
Right.
well-being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is like from the maker of Craze, you know, saying,
What is
called
craze?
craze?
this is what the powder is called. Yeah, Craze.
Oh, it's called
Oh,
craze.
Yeah, and he's like,
Yeah,
aside
that sounds
from
safe.
I know, aside from
Like
the great
mad cow disease in a
formulation.
pill.
Didn't they just come to our school or something like that?
What?
Well, there was like a weight loss like thing. Like there's advertisements for it around like the dorms.
Really?
Yeah, it was like probably like 2-3 weeks ago, and they're talking about like, oh, come to like the game room to hear people talk about it.
Creepy.
I don't know.
Yeah,
No,
that is really creepy.
I just say
Um,
go for a run.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
exactly.
Just
This
stop
wasn't
eating for a week and run.
Necessarily like.
That's all I do. It was like 15 pounds.
Yeah, this wasn't necessarily weight loss, but this was more like get
Like
big
steroids,
muscles.
kinda.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
safe
You
steroid,
will feel
yeah.
more motivated and energized to work out for hours because of the positive effects of this supplement. It's free of form geranium or which is the main difference that it has in comparison to all other products like it. And so, yeah, apparently that's
So it
what this guy
sounds
was claiming.
healthier.
Exactly. And so just reading it on the label, like, it looks good.
Yeah, that,
Um,
that actually reminds me of a thing that I bought from the vitamin store. I actually bought a thing from the vitamin store. It was supposed to be like this like super Dynaburn thing where it had like the ketones and it had all these different vitamins and different things in it, and green tea and all this stuff. And I took it and I only did it like a couple times and it made me feel so weird. Because I swear to God, there were other things in there that were I just did not know, because it just made you feel really weird. Like, it didn't motivate you to do anything. I can tell you that right now.
It
Because
didn't motivate you?
no,
It didn't give you like
No,
any
it
caffeine
didn't.
in it or anything to
no, I think it just made me talk really fast and it made my heart skip a beat. It was just weird. It
So
was
like a dose of caffeine almost.
it was well, yeah.
Without
Yeah.
the energy.
Yeah, it was like
Right,
synthetic
right.
meth on slow mo. Sucked.
It's kind of scary.
It was, and I was just kind of like, I did it a couple times, and then it was like I didn't even really want to work out. Like I would go for a run, and I'm like, this is done. I'm
Mhm.
done.
Why do supplements exist if like they're not?
Yeah, if they're not really needed.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it's because it's not regulated either.
and
it's
it's
really
so
not.
much money to be made.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Because people think that it's gonna make them all awesome and everything, and that's what
I mean,
weird.
I definitely would think that.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
I've taken Slim Quick before, like
Mhm.
just because it's like, oh, I just want to lose weight.
I
But
mean,
honestly,
even like, is it Slim Fast?
Yeah.
Like bars, like
yeah,
cereal and granola bars and protein drinks and.
They irritate me because they're such a lie.
They
they're
are.
so chocked
Honestly,
with salt and sugar.
no,
Oh,
Slim Quick was like I took it and it was like basically it's like all caffeine, and they told you to eat 1,500 calories a day, work out every day for half an hour. So it's like
So you might as well
without the
just
Slim
do
Quick,
that.
you would lose weight anyway. So
Yeah.
it's like such a rip off. It's like why?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because people like you buy it.
you know, people like me.
That's why.
Yeah.
Slim quick. Is
I
that like hydroxycut?
no.
Like I said, before I came here, John and I were talking about it. And his mom sells what's it called? What did I tell you guys it was called?
Slim
Slim
Quick?
Fast?
Not Slim Quick.
Fast. Oh.
With the fruits and the veggies.
Oh, yeah, the plus.
Oh, Juice Plus.
Juice Plus.
Yep, and
Okay.
it's like capsules, and then inside is just like the powdery like
Yeah.
vegetables and veggies. But that's funny because he's like, yeah, my mom's done a lot of research on it and stuff, but like she probably doesn't know about the capsules. Like
No,
'cause
she
it's
probably
in
doesn't
the
know what it's
capsule.
made of.
Yeah, that's so funny. I'm gonna bring that up to
I
him.
wonder if it's plastic.
Most of
wonder it
them
is, yeah.
aren't. I don't have anything with me. I wish I did, but it's still something that people don't ever discuss or anything. But I did hear about it. Somebody was talking about they were trying to get big, and they just wanted to give up because they felt like that many capsules going through their body was probably not a good thing.
There you go.
And I'm wondering if that in itself is an issue.
Probably.
And how your body breaks that down. What? I mean, because you think of like medicine that you would take, like a Sudafed or something like that, you know, for cough or whatever. It's like a powder, you know,
Yeah.
like tablet. It's not in a
Capsule.
capsule.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's normally something that's been glazed
Molded.
Yeah, right,
or
right.
something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know you can actually buy just the capsules at places if you want to like make your own.
Yeah, you can.
And so I mean,
I have
the
seen
vitamin
that
store.
before.
I can't imagine that being that
Safe.
healthy for you. 'Cause most foods.
It does. It seems like
That'd
little
be
plastic
interesting to
things.
research.
That's where I'm like,
Yeah. So I just thought that in itself is kind of an issue,
Mhm.
but obviously not all supplements are like that. Like all the protein powders and
right.
things that are made of what you're talking about, the powdered glazed
Mhm.
type of a thing.
Interesting.
That's true.
Um,
I just wish they made the powders taste better.
Yeah.
No, the plant one that I got, it just doesn't.
So do you
Tastes like
take
plants.
vitamins?
so
I
you
know.
are pro.
I am. Well, see, like I've got my 1-a-day gummies. Cause they're good. And because they made gummy vitamins, and I wanted Alex to eat better because he only eats like once a day, maybe. Sometimes when he's on the road, he works like 14 hours a day. So then I get him like these 1-a-day gummies, and he actually eats them. He'll have them in the car with him. I'm like, cool. Because when you're actually like depriving your body of nutrition and nutrients, then it's okay. to take supplements. That's kind of what
To
Dr.
avoid.
Parrish said. But I mean, like, 2 little gummies isn't going to do anything.
Right.
But
Well, yeah, you'd hope it's not too much to. It's just that either way, like your body wants real food, obviously.
well, yeah, I know. I'm just saying when it's not getting it and it's kind of you're doing like bodily abuse in a way, then it's like kind of counteracting the abuse.
Does
But
your
yeah,
body absorb food way more than it, like better than it does? Like
supplements, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it does.
That too.
And I think it can glean everything, like, so you eat an apple, it's getting everything out of the apple that it can. rather
Versus
than-
just that one.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, that's
right,
true.
Right, and it just breaks down, the sugars I think help break down whatever else that is, all the,
And the things we don't even know yet.
Right.
yeah, all the microvitamins that,
Yeah.
Yeah, I just take them because I feel like I actually do put my body through the ringer. Like, I work a bunch, and I work out in, like, different conditions. I work in one place where my boss smokes all the time. And so I just feel like the more you're around all this different kind of stuff, like, out in, like, the cold, frigid, whatever, having to run or work out and do different things, then you're around cigarette smoke all the time, then it's just kind of like, it kind of, I don't know, it just messes with you, and I just feel like I kind of have to, like, have my immune system, like, super duper strong, even though it might not do that, I
like
don't
a
really care.
neutralizer.
It makes me feel better. Yeah.
Placebo effect.
Yeah, I like the placebo effect, and even so, like, I don't always eat all the time, like, I miss a lot of meals too sometimes, and so that's why, like, if I'm flying all the time, then I just want to feel like I'm covered, and I'm still healthy, and I can still do stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
this would say like there's probably 5 things that you need to, like, when using supplements. Check the label, see what it says. Product labels can tell you the active ingredients and the serving sizes versus a capsule, packet, a teaspoon, blah blah blah. Avoid megadoses, so don't take 500 milligrams of in one tablet.
Emergency, that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, actually, I've got an example then.
Choose a multivitamin mineral supplement that provides about 100% of the daily value, rather than 500% or only 20%
Yeah.
for another. Check expiration dates. Dietary supplements can lose their potency over time, especially with heat.
I don't know that.
Huh.
And if supplements don't have an expiration date, don't use them.
Yeah.
And then watch what you eat just in general. Vitamins and minerals can be added to a growing number of foods.
Yeah.
Breakfast cereals,
Breakfast
beverages.
Oh, that's
Cereal has iodine in it,
Well,
or added to it. I mean.
If you're also
Orange
taking
juice.
supplements,
Most
you
sea salt's
may,
iodized.
right, and you already may be getting more than you realize, which, like we said before, like
Food.
you most likely are. And taking more than you
Cereal.
need can be expensive and be risky. As far as you can just get sick from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, this thing is like worth 4 oranges in one little like Tums tablet. So that's like, that's probably OD worthy.
yeah. And
That's
I don't know.
crazy.
They're yummy though.
Nutritional supplement.
See?
Check the expiration date.
I kind of don't understand why
July 2015. You're good.
people do think they need more than 100%. We're done.
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, I don't
We
know.
just finished talking about it.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
let's stop.
No,
Well,
I don't
anyway.
know. I got it in my care package
So
for
serving 10
school. Every month in
calories,
touch group.
maybe 2.
I don't know. It just seems silly though to be eating more than 100% of something because it's like 100% is 100%.
Right, I know. But when it comes to like something like that, where it's
More's
like
not
a,
better.
it's a water soluble vitamin,
Right.
and so that's why
Yes.
it's like it's a lot easier to
Yes.
Get rid of.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to dissolve and dispose of, and
But like vitamin D, you take 500 milligrams of that, and you're not supposed to, and not under a doctor, supervision.
yeah.
I think that's where you have
I'm gonna eat one of these.
like problems, rashes break out, or
Oh yeah.
just hives, or whatever, even worse.
Overdose issues.
Right. The thing I just saw on there, fiber. I think fiber is one thing that people lack in.
Yeah.
And then they wonder why. Like, why is this happening to me?
Yeah. Mhm.
Well, I mean, you're taking twice as much protein as you should be, and
Yeah, I don't have enough fiber to.
yeah, to like
Get rid of
counter, balance that.
That's true.
Or eating mass amounts of food and also
Messes
not
up your
taking.
blood too.
Or even if you are just taking supplements and you don't have fiber, your body needs this stuff that it can't digest.
Mhm.
I mean,
Mhm.
so yeah, that's. And too much fiber is bad too.
Right.
And I think there are.
Constipation's not fun. No.
Well, I think there are plenty of people who do eat too much because they think they need so much.
Or it's like a weight loss thing of their own.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and it's.
And you're
It's
ridding your body
horrible.
of
Of everything.
all the nutrients. You're just like
That was my sister
a
this
flush.
past summer,
Mm-hmm.
and she ended up having a little bald spot on her head because she's eating like one meal a day, and she was taking like these like diet pill thing where it just
Oh
like
my
flushed you out.
Oh yeah.
So
So it's like anorexia in the making.
what's it called?
basically, like but she's like way better now, or like she got better, and then now she's like a kid and stuff. But she had some complications with the pregnancy though.
Wow.
So
That's not cool.
I'm trying to think of what the
Like a laxative.
flushing thing is called.
laxative.
No. They have like a thing that's called like that you're supposed to like do every
like a
once in a while.
detox.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there's like a word for it.
Stevia.
No, it's like detox or something. Or you're supposed to do like every once in a while to like. I
There's a
can't think of what it's
dieter's
called.
tea that I've got and I like it. It's
Yeah.
stevia.
I don't know, but yeah, that was horrible because it literally like you could see it on her, and obviously with her like her losing her hair, it was her body was malnourished.
Yeah, no.
So-
See that I don't do. If anything, I think it's like fasting once in a while is actually
Every
okay.
Yeah.
Not like, once or twice a week, but like
She had a lot of pressure from people to lose weight, and like
why?
her boyfriend too was like really like